Hello and welcome to Washoe Navada, which this should be video 16, but we've had a little bit of a dilemma with the recording. I lost all of day 15s, so this is going to be 15 but video 16, and I'm going to cover what I did on 15 and do 16 at the same time. So just showing you what's going on here. I did a field 11, the contract, I completed the contract at field 11. We moved all the hay and straw, which was over here where you can just see they're out of and put them into the storage. Couldn't just dump the bales, I had to cut them, and I had to use the pickup tool that's on the front. You'll see it when we start moving stuff around, but I had to use that to put it in there because the bales wouldn't go. I think I'm just about to show it in a minute, I can't remember, but you've got the like the jaws at the front with a pipe, and it puts it into a trailer. So I had to do that, cut the bales, pick them up, put them in the trailer, and then look, it's on the front of the case. You can just see it there. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah, so that's what I did there. Then we cleaned up the yard and we put in this new storage shed because all the big stuff can't fit in the small one, and I needed to do it. I was going to try and put it where the bales were between the house and the horse stables, but there just wasn't enough room. By the time we done it, you wouldn't have been able to get through. So that's where we got to with doing the yard on 15. What I'm going to do in this video, as you can see here, I've come up to where the solar panels are. These solar panels are giving me too much money. As you can see, I've got a lot of money there, 800,000, and I thought I'd put the other ones in. I didn't really read there's ones that you put them in, and I thought they were a bit cheap. They're cheap but giving a lot of money. So what I'm going to do is I'll tell you what I do. I initially get rid of 3 and leave 3, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of them, put 6 of the other ones in, put less, because I wanted the solar panel like farm, not a farm, but a solar panel area. So these are the ones I've replaced are a lot more expensive, but what I do is I sell these 3, take the money out so I don't gain any money from selling them, because I've got a lot of money from the others. I literally get rid of all 6 in the end and put 6 new ones in, which give less per hour. Instead of paying 3,600 an hour, 3,800 an hour, I get new ones that pay about 330 an hour. So I'm just removing those, and then what I'll do is I will take the money out. So I'm going to do a jump cut, and then we'll get to another bit. That's all that sorted. Right, so what we need to do now is both of our fields, field 9 down the bottom here that got sunflowers in, is on its last growth state. It's going to be ready to harvest soon, so we need to get, it's in its middle growth state. We need to get our second layer of fertiliser down on this, so we've got full fertiliser, so we get full yield out of this. Once this one's done, we need to get up to the grass field up the top, because that's in its first state of harvest. I don't think I'm going to be able to fertilise it, but I'm going to give it a go. You never know, sometimes you get away with it because it's only in the first harvesting state, so we might do that. So I'm going to get hard worker to do this. Once he's done, we'll run it up the top, and then we'll get hard worker to do that. While he's fertilising the sunflowers, we are going to move everything out of the old shed, which is the old new shed. So the new shed that replaced all the old very original ones, but it's the older one out of the 2 here. We're going to move everything out of there, move all the yard stuff out of the way. I'm going to put another one of these big sheds in side by side, and then we can sort of one end will all be sheds we can park underneath, but we'll leave a runway through if need be. So I'm going to start moving all the equipment out. I'm going to get the JD onto its trailer, pull that under the big shed that's already there, and then move everything else out of the other shed, out of the way, ready for putting in the second shed. We'll do a bit of landscaping underneath so that it all matches in, and yeah, we will go from there. But I'll probably end up having to stop part of the way through to move the fertiliser sprayer up to the top field so we can start on that. So I'm gonna crack on with this, and I'll see you in, or you'll hear me in a few seconds, or I'll be back in a few seconds to move the fertiliser up to the grass field. So speak to you in a second. Right, we're up at the grass field up the top. There was a couple of patches that the hard worker missed on the bottom field, so I got him up here. We're just going to try it, see if we actually do get a second fertilising state. I'm going to run down the bottom and carry on moving the stuff around in the yard so I can sell that off, but I'll let him get a little bit done and then we'll check and see if it's giving me another fertilising state. So I'll be popping back in a couple of seconds once I've checked that out and done a little bit more in the yard down the bottom here, ready for the new shed. Okie dokie. Right, I don't look as though I've actually gone anywhere. I've just done a quick check and yeah, it's not giving it any more fertilising states, so I've stopped that because I'm just wasting fertiliser. Popped them up. Going to sell the old shed, as I'm just showing you here. You see what I'm doing, and then I need to go into sheds and we need to buy exactly the same one as we had before, which is, there we go, Fenton twin with lights. I'm just checking, was it? No, it's that one there, Easy Share 3 with lights, 32. So we get this over to here, so you can see what I'm doing. I might as well show you a bit of this, so it's just all going to be jump cuts, you're not going to see any of it. So I'm just placing the shed. I'm going to try and get it nice and level and even with the other shed. That's looking good. There we go. Let's pot it down. We'll get rid of that. We'll have a look, and then we're going to do a bit of. Oh, didn't want that one. Wrong key. Come on. There we come. There we go. Right. So let's go and have a look at the placement. I think the placement is quite good. Or do we do the? I think we do. Yeah, we do chip placement first, and then we'll do a little bit of. I say landscaping, but we'll just do a bit of painting in. I don't want these concrete bits. But look at that, that's quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. Nice gap, same gap all the way through. Yeah, as you can see. So we go to landscaping. We want the paint tool, and then we want to put down the same texture that's already down on the ground. That's the one. So I need to change it. I think we'll change the brush in a minute because that's going to be bigger brush. There we go. Just so it all looks in. You wouldn't have well, you might have a great big concrete plinth there, but I don't like the great big concrete plinth there. I quite like the texture, and you could put down concrete pads where you sink in the legs. Yeah, I just think this is more in keeping with the map. I can leave a drive through on these to get through. If not, we can actually come down the side of the field 9 there if need to, the other side. But yeah, I think that's a lot better. It's all in there. It's all painted in. It all looks the same. So there you go. Seen a bit of the yard being done. So now we need to park everything into there, nice, and then we're going to be looking at mowing. We're going to have to windrow because I realise that the mower doesn't leave it in a single, and we need to bale it with bale wrapper to make silage. So now we're going to sort out the solar panels. So I will be back in a second once we've got this all sorted, and we'll be on to the next job. Right, finished all that. I've painted the ground, so I painted it in because it was all looking a bit patchy. I've taken out the other 3 solar panels. I've put 6 in there, but as you can see, there's no difference in money. I've actually lost some payment from wages from up the top where, but I've got 6 solar panels in, which I originally had, all nice and neat. These are the more expensive ones, but I've weighed it up so that I get less per hour, so I'm not out of money, but I haven't made any money. So we're back how we were with the original 6 at the beginning. I just thought that's the easiest way of doing it, because I got rid of 3 and the whole point was having the 6, so it looked like a little solar panel farm area. I could probably put gates or something like that, or fencing around it. So this is all done. The yard's getting nice. We need to start putting all the bits into the sheds, sorting out the yard area, and then we need to sort out the grass field at the top, because that's basically ready to harvest in. We're fully fertilised on the sunflower over there, so yeah, it's sorting out the yard. I will come back when we're starting on mowing up at the grass field, because that's going to be the next job. Yeah, so speak to you in a second. Yard sorted, everything put away. As you can see there, it's all in the second shed now, all nice and neat. It's got the equipment for the front of the tractor by the house, but everything else is underneath. I'm sitting in the car at the moment so you can get the view around, so it's looking a lot neater. We've got a lot more room now, so we've got room to expand the horses if need be and that sort of thing. Talking of horses, I need to go over and check them. The water and the plumber's all done there, so the water's all in and ready to go. That was finished yesterday, so let's check that. That all works. We're gonna have a quick look at this, what their levels are. As you can see there, the fields are all so the horses are all good, and chickens probably could do with a bit of water, but we can do that when we go up and do the top field. Might look at getting some other horses at some point. There you go, you see the fertilising states. So the field 9's on the last growth state, and the grass field is ready to harvest, so we need to get that sorted. But we need to get a bale wrapper, and we've only got a baler. I've got a load of money, so I'm going to pay off some money on the loan. I can't remember how much I go down to. I'll have to wait till this is done. I'll leave it running. 300,000. Right, so we've just paid another 250,000 off that, because we've got a lot of money from bits and pieces. So balers, that's what we've got to do next. I'm sure we now look at selling our baler and get a new bale wrapper. Okay, we're selling the baler now, and we're going to get 36,303 for that, so we'll sell that off. I don't think we've actually even used it, so it's not brand new. And now we need to go to bale technology, and we need to find a bale wrapper. So the FPB 3135 is a bale wrapper. The two before it are just balers. We've got a wrapper next to that. The wrappers, that's a wrapper. It'd be nice to get one of those, but I've just sold the baler, so that's a baler. The class is a baler, and then that's a baler, and then we've got a modded FP 3135 by Stevie, and then a couple more balers. They're all balers. That's a baler. So I'll let you know, we buy the one by Stevie, the 3135, because it's the same price, but you can change the colour and bits and pieces like that. So I buy that one, but I leave it as is standard. So we're going into it now. We'll have a look. I do look at changing the colour. I think, yeah, I changed capacity, because that's the other reason why I bought it. The normal one does your 4,000 litre bales. This, with the extension on it, you can do 8,000 litre bales. So you only get half the bales, but they're twice as compacted. Eco-class is a bit of a cheat, but still, if a field's going to kick you out 50 bales at 4,000, I'd rather have 25 at 8,000. They don't take up so much room, they're not going to put so much strain on the game, and I haven't got to transport so many. Alright, I know it's 8,000, and but if I need to split it down, I can always cut the bale open and then rebale it and convert that to, go into the garage and convert it to the standard amount and get 4,000 bales. So 4,000 litre bales. So anyway, we buy this with the extension, so we'll leave it all the standard colours, rim colours and all that, and we go with normal black foil wrap. You can go everything with Stevie's, you can choose any colour. So now we need to go and get all the vehicles set up the top for making silage bales. So I'll see you in a few seconds when we are up on the field and we're getting going. So speak to you in a second. Right, we're up at the grass field and I've got a hard worker in class with all the mowers on. I did have a hard worker, well I've done 2 runs here to get a windrow to start the bale wrapper. Problem is he's running quicker than the mower, not a lot, but like 1 or 2 mile an hour, so he's actually catching up. So I'm going to let the wrapper, let the mower get a good couple of rows ahead, then I'm going to get a worker on the windrower, and then I'm going to follow up doing the silage bales. But I just want to see sort of roughly how many bales I'm going to get to a run. And the first one is, and this is only a short run, you got one near the end, so we could, if we've got a good run, we might get 2 bales out of a run, or we're going to be looking at 3 bales every 2 runs. So, and I need to still, because of this rock here, I still need to come down with the windrow and go across the bottom by the looks of it, because it's not going to grab it all. But we've left ourselves that spill area to the land we don't own. But if we've got the money coming in like this, we may look at buying the land around us. So that's the first silage bale dropped. Theoretically we should have to leave those to ferment, but because we're not running seasons, they automatically become silage. So I might just drop them down the yard and leave them for a couple of days, just to try and make it a little bit more realistic, so I'm not just bashing them out. So there we go, look, we're halfway back up the second run and we're already on another bale. So I reckon, yeah, maybe 1 per row or 3 per 2 rows, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with this, and yeah, I'll pop back a little bit later when we're a bit further through. So speak to you in a second. Right, once I've got a few done, I will go off and get a bale trailer, and then have to start loading these silage bales, because then we can stick them to one side to ferment. Right, I'm going to head to the shop, see if we can find ourselves a bale trailer. Biotechnology. How are we doing? So not. Okie dokie. This one we have to go down and get the trailer, I think, as well. 24, so if we get 12 done, it should do me a layer. 12, let's see, it's going to be about 12 or 14. Once it's done as well, we need to put the fertiliser over it as well. Right, we've finished the grass field. There seems to be a problem. I lost quite a bit of voiceover. So we've come down. The trailer tipped over, but I unloaded the bales here and I was able to get them back up. Right, we need to now get a corn header because, or a sunflower header, because the sunflower field 9 is now ready for harvest, and if I don't harvest it, I'm going to lose it. So we're going to go and buy a corn header or a sunflower. Well, it's a bit of both. They are corn heads, but they do both. I have a look, but I end up getting the one that's dedicated for the S790 John Deere. There's no point messing around, so I'll buy that, and then we're gonna get on and harvest field 9. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Corn header bought, and we're going to get a hard worker on field 9 to harvest the sunflowers, while we can then get a tractor and trailer ready to unload into, and then we can look at other stuff we need to do around the yard while he's harvesting. So I'll be back in a second once we're on to the next thing and see what goes on from there. Right, in the case, just hitched up to the trailer ready for unloading the harvester. What I did do before I did that, I hitched up to the bale trailer and I've moved the bales so they're over near the farmhouse nest. They're not in the middle of the yard. So we're going to leave this here until the harvest is done. So speak to you in a second. Right, just to give you a heads up, we've finished up on the grass field at the top. It's all been mowed, it's all been wrapped, and we've collected the bales. We've done a fertilising state on that, and then we've come down to the bottom yard, and as you see, we went in, we checked the horses, and they're about just over 40%. So we've bought another 6 horses, so that when those ones are done and we sell those off, the other ones should be about halfway as well. So we've just jumped into the John Deere just to finish off the field. The hard workers missed a few bits. We're then going to offload the sunflower seeds into the trailer, and then we can put them into the storage. I missed a bit myself there. As you can see, I've moved the egg pallets out of the collection point because they're now full, 3 of them. I need to look at moving those and either getting another one in there, or we'll put them 3 in there. I might just put them 3 in when they're done, but there's a couple of odd boxes on the top, and then there's boxes that are gathering inside, so what we do, we just pull those out of the way when we put the pallets back in there. So that gives you just a quick heads up on what's been happening. I'm going to unload this, and then we'll move on to the next bit, which we're probably getting near the end of this video, but there's a couple more bits just to do, and we'll sort those. So I'll speak to you in a second. last bit for the video, just checked all the bits and pieces, and we, as you can see here, I'm just checking fields, what they're growing, what growth states they're in, and stuff like that. We have bought field 5, which is full of corn and it's ready to harvest, so we can do that on the next video. And we need to expand, we need to get more fields. I'm running one field and need another one, other than our grass field we made up the top, which is growing. Yeah, so we got a second field now. We've paid off, we paid off a bit more on the loan. We're not going to have such a big influx of money coming in off the solar panels now, so it's going to be more realistic. Just going to check for the next video what the silage cost is, so we can always take their silage ones up to the bioplant, because we're not going to need silage as in because we're not running horses. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully the next video there will be the voiceover will be in there. I won't have a problem with the recording. Hopefully I won't lose a recording. So hopefully that's got everybody up to speed. Video 15, which is covering 15 and 16, but it's going to be 15. There's no point getting it confusing and say this is 16 but covering 15, which I'm making it more complicated by trying to explain it. So yeah, this is video 15. It's covering 2 days, but it's just like basically a summary at the beginning. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow or the next day. Thank you for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, share the video, leave us a comment. So until next time, happy farming and goodbye.